Once upon a time, a person went to Gautam Buddha, seeking advice on how to control his emotions. The person was struggling with anger and frustration, and he was looking for a way to manage his emotions better. Buddha asked the person to sit down, and he said he will tell him a story. Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled a prosperous empire. One day, he decided to visit the neighboring kingdom. He had heard that the king of that kingdom was famous for his wisdom. When the king arrived, he was welcomed with great honor. The king of the neighboring kingdom had prepared a grand feast in his honor. During the feast, the king noticed a fly in his soup. He was disgusted and ordered his servant to bring him another bowl of soup. The king of the neighboring kingdom saw this and said, "Your Majesty, please do not be angry. It was just a small fly. It does not matter." The king replied, "I cannot tolerate such things. Even a small fly can ruin my mood." The king of the neighboring kingdom smiled and said, "Your Majesty, allow me to give you a piece of advice. It is not the fly that ruined your mood, but your reaction to it. You have the power to control your emotions. Do not let them control you." But can you realize the wisdom in these words and to this kingdom? From that day onwards, he started practicing the art of not reacting to situations which would previously trigger his emotions. He found that he was able to maintain his composure in challenging situations and was able to make better decisions. The power of not reacting is an important lesson for all of us. We often react to situations without thinking, and this can lead to negative consequences. However, it is important for us to understand that not reacting does not mean that we should suppress our emotions. Emotions are a neutral part of our human experience and is important to acknowledge them. Instead of not reacting impulsively, we should take time to process our emotions and respond in a thoughtful manner. In another part of the world, there lived a young man named Anant. Anant was a very emotional person, and he often reacted impulsively to situations that upset him. He would get angry and say hurtful things, which would lead to arguments and hurt feelings. One day, Anand decided to take control of his emotions. He knew that his impulsive reaction was for causing more harm than good, and he wanted to change. He started practicing mindfulness and meditation, which helped him become more aware of his thought and emotion. He also started practicing the art of not reacting. Whenever he found himself in a situation that would normally trigger his emotion, he would take a step back and take a few deep breaths. He would then assess the situation calmly and respond in a thoughtful manner. At first, it was difficult for Anant to control his emotions. He would still get angry and frustrated, but he would take a step back and not react impulsively. As he continued to practice, he found that it became easier for him to control his emotions. Anant also noticed that his relationships with others improved. He was no longer getting into arguments and hurting people's feelings. Instead, he was able to communicate in a calm and thoughtful manner, which helped him build stronger relationships. One day, Anant's friend came to him for his advice. His friend was going through a difficult time and he was feeling very upset. Anant listened to his friend's problem and offered words of comfort and support. His friend factored him and said, "You always know just what to say. You never get angry or upset." Anant smiled and replied, "It's not that I never feel angry or upset. It's just that I have learned to control my emotions. It's a powerful tool and not let them control me. That has helped me improve my relationships and my overall well-being." Anant's friend was impressed and asked him how to learn to control his emotions. Anant shared his experience with mindfulness and the power of not reacting. He encouraged his friend to try and ask for himself. Over time, Anant became known for his calm and thoughtful demeanor. He was able to handle difficult situations with ease, and people admired him for his strength and resilience. He knew to practice mindfulness and the art of not reacting, and he found that it brought him a sense of inner peace and happiness. The power of not reacting is a valuable lesson that we all should learn from. It takes practice and patience, but the reward are all worth it. By controlling our emotions, we can improve our relationships, make better decisions, and live a more meaningful life. The moral of the story of the king and Anant teaches us that we have the power to control our emotions. We may not be able to control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. It's a powerful tool that helps our well-being and our overall quality of life. So let us take time to practice and cultivate this powerful skill.